What is up, noobs and noobettes? Charles or Atingleee here, back with another video. And today, guys, just quickly on the gameplay, I'm using the Fury song, and I unlocked this in one of the supply drop openings I uploaded, so be sure to check them out if you're interested in seeing that. And also quickly, guys, if you ever see me like not see someone, I actually do see them, guys. I always see them, but I'm always trying to play in a way where I can stay alive, because I would rather stay alive than risk getting a kill just to be killed. So yeah, you'll see that a bunch of times in the gameplay. Don't worry, guys, I'm not blind. I actually do see that. Anyways, let's move on to the topic of today's video. I'm going to be talking about scuff controllers and the claw grip. I'll explain that if you don't know what it is, and pretty much whether or not I think it's cheap, how much of an advantage it really gives you, and yeah, just my general thoughts. So we'll start off with a scuff controller. For those of you that don't know what it is, it's pretty much a standard controller, but it has these paddles at the back, and these paddles are mapped to any two buttons on the controller. For example, for me, I have it mapped, one mapped to X and the other mapped to circle. Basically, this lets me jump and thrust as well as slide while not having to take my thumb off the aiming stick. You guys might think this isn't that big of a deal, but honestly, especially in games like Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3, where the movement mechanics are like massive and like they make a big difference with the game, like honestly, guys, it gives you a ridiculous advantage. And honestly, man, a lot of the times in gunfights I feel so cheap because I could tell I have a scuff controller and the enemy is just trying to chase me with their aim, but I'm just being too evasive with the movement. And while it is satisfying and you do like make for better gameplay, it is really cheap, and it really does suck, man, especially for like you know, like average players or casual players. Like, imagine them trying to play the game and they just got these guys like flying around everywhere, sliding around, constantly picking them off quickly, all this shit. Like, for an example, say I'm behind an object and I know an enemy's on the other side of it. They'll think I'm going to come out on the left side or the right side of it, whereas I just float up and I'm able to aim while I'm thrusting up and I just destroy them. Just little examples like this, guys, little things like this give you a massive advantage in COD. And you know what? Let's say you don't have a scuff controller and you want to thrust and stuff. You have to take your thumb off the joystick, tap X or A, whatever it is you use to thrust. And by the time you do that, come back to the joystick, that could be what, like half a second maybe? Honestly, you die so fucking quick in COD that half a second makes a massive difference, dude. Someone can put a few bullets on you in that time or just kill you completely. Like, you don't realize how big of a difference it makes until you actually do have control over the movement and your aim. And that's why I always recommended bumper jumper to you guys. Like, especially in this game, man, being able to thrust as well as still aim and keep your aim on target is so fucking important, and honestly, it'll make such a big difference in your gameplay. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should thrust everywhere and like thrust as much as you can. That is not the case at all, but when you can thrust, or if an enemy catches you off guard and you're able to just jump and fly in like a curve to the left or something, it does make a big difference, man. It gives you that small edge, and the enemy has to like kind of lead you just so they can keep up with you and kill you. And if they have a low sensitivity, then they can't really do much. So yeah, I reckon it's a really big advantage. And next up we have the claw grip. For those of you that don't know what it is, instead of using your index finger to press R1 and the trigger, you actually curl it onto the face buttons like this, and you use your middle finger to press the others. And this pretty much lets you press X, circle, triangle, and square. Honestly, guys, if I was to pick which one was better of the two, I would say claw grip 110%. You're able to pick up weapons, swap weapons, cancel your reload with double tap and triangle, all this shit while still keeping your aim on target, man. Like I mentioned, those half a second, quarter of a second things that you can cut down on will make a massive difference in your gunfights, man. Because honestly, in COD you die so fucking quick, so being able to do all this shit will just give you that mini advantage. I mean, look at Optic Scumpy. He's arguably the best Call of Duty player in the world, and he plays claw. And when you watch his gameplay, he shows, man, like he can cancel his reload and quickly pick up an enemy if he like fucked up and accidentally reloaded or something. And yeah, just little things like this give you a big advantage. I actually used to play claw before I bought my scuff controller. Oh, by the way, I bought my controller because I used to play competitively. I didn't just buy it to like raid people in pubs. But yeah, I used to play claw and I was pretty good at it. But the thing for me was, because I have big fingers, like no matter how I hold the controller, your thumb comes in at a different angle to the thumbstick as it would, like, compared to how it would if you were just holding it normally. Like you have to like kind of twist it over, and for me, I was just never able to get my aim as good as it was without using claws. So I decided to get a scuff controller, especially for competitive, man. I couldn't afford to have like a dodgy aim, so yeah, that's why I bought it. But if you can get used to claw, and if you don't want to pay all that money for a scuff, I would highly recommend it. Claw is definitely the best way to go. In summary, guys, I think claw and scuff controllers are definitely cheap, but it's better to play claw, unless you're not buying it. It's not like pay to win, I guess. But yeah, man, it is really cheap. It's unfortunate that movement's such a big deal nowadays, but yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know if you do play claw yourself. Leave a like if you enjoyed / agree with my thoughts. I'll catch you all in the next one. Until next time, peace out, noobs.